It's something that in Mexico I would say it's almost doesn't exist. It's very few people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hi, my name is Flavio,
My name is Joanna.
and today's video is about how is Easter in our home countries. So I hope you guys like this video. So let's start. Would you like to start?
Yes, I'm from Poland. I know that you are from Mexico, and I'm very curious about how the Easter in Mexico looks like. So, do you like it, or you are a person who loves Christmas and Easter is like less important, or you love Easter and Christmas? This is something you don't enjoy so much.
I think that's a very important question because in Mexico is a Christian Catholic country, let's say, and but for us, I would say generally it's more important Christmas Eve. That's my my feeling. But Easter is also widely celebrated, but it is not, let's say, as the same way most countries in Europe celebrate Easter. So how does it look like? It's generally we do representations or reenactment of the Passion of Jesus Christ. Actually, there is actually one very old, I think like it may be probably 150 years old, that they do this in the center of Mexico, close to Mexico City, in a very famous municipality that they do this, and actually they have a hill where they actually reenact everything, right? Locally in my hometown, because I am from the south of Mexico, I am from, let's say it's a tourist destination. We have a lot of beaches, sand, you know, it's a, we call it sand and sea destination. So it's a resort destination. So it's always mixed between tradition, doing these reenactments, but also with a lot of tourist people, and also a lot of party. So it kind of looks a bit crazy because people in Mexico, in that sense, there are people who are they stick to the tradition and they don't eat red meat, okay? But actually, all of the people, for me, I remember that it was just holidays and it was party, right? So for me, it's something like my family personally, it's not that traditional, I would say. My mother, yes, but my mother is always like, you know, you have to, you know, respect the traditions and stuff. But she was never like, you know, very strict, like, okay, you need to behave this way, or you need to eat this and don't eat meat or whatever. So yeah, but starting from that, I would say it doesn't look like very traditional because we don't use let's say like the Easter eggs. It's something that in Mexico I would say it's almost doesn't exist. It's very few people.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you will not find it. I would say there are other Latin American countries who have a more direct connection to European immigration, such as in Brazil, and there they use the Easter eggs and they celebrate it in a more, let's say, European way. But in Mexico, it's totally different in that sense.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because for us, like Easter eggs is something that must be on the table. So this is something that you cannot not have. So you need to have it.
Yes, yes. Actually, when I moved to Poland, this was the first time that I fully understood was what Easter was like.
But you decorated those pisanki, those eggs, or you painted them, or?
No, because I was invited with some friends' house to celebrate with them Easter. So there I could see how was decorated and the foods they cook, everything, the sweets. So for me, it was like, wow, a very nice way to discover what Easter is like here. Because in Mexico, it's very untraditional in that sense. It's very, very different. It's very different.
It's very
Yeah. So I would like to ask if in Poland, does the majority of people mostly celebrate Easter, or there is a part of a population for whatever reason that they don't?
I would say yes, the majority of people celebrates, and the celebration looks similar because for us, not only the Easter Sunday is the most important day, but also the 3 days before, like the Triduum. So for example, in my family, we are starting in Thursday evening when there is a Last Supper, and then we go to church, and then on Friday there is that fast you've mentioned that so you can eat only 3 times per day. Of course, like when I was a child, we our parents wanted to stick to that tradition, so they asked us to do that. So you remember, you can eat only 3 times per day, and it can be like without meat, without, of course, alcohol, without coffee. But now I would say it's more flexible. But when we were child and my grandparents still live, it was like everyone needed to stick to that. For me, the most beautiful moment is on Easter Saturday when we go to church to bless baskets, like with food, because we have the tradition that we go to church and we bless baskets decorated with some green flowers, and then we put food to those baskets, like for example, like white sausage and bread and salt and pepper, and for example, what else? And of course a cake, like you can add mazurek or another cake you prepare for that Easter, and then you can eat that only on Sunday. So this is something you eat on Sunday's breakfast. So and I like it the most, I would say. That's blessing the baskets.
Interesting.
So that's for me. That's so nice. And of course, like when I was a child, I could see that there's a full of religion there in that Easter. But now I would say that for more people, it's more like tradition than the religion. But still, we stick to those customs and to those traditions, like to go to bless the basket, or to take part in the Last Supper. So this is something that we do.
Nice.
Is there any custom, tradition do you like the most in the way we are celebrating the Easter in Mexico, or there is no such thing you like?
Party, I would say. Actually, to be honest, I would say personally in my family,